Last February, we showed you how a group called Texas Organizing Project bails out hundreds of inmates from the Bexar County Jail. Then, in May, we learned that many of them are repeat offenders with violent crimes on their records. And in November, we uncovered that some suspects had been offered money to canvass for candidates who support bail reform. Just before Christmas, the Texas Organizing Project, also known as TOP, bailed out 16 defendants so they could be home for the holidays, like Danny Williams, who is charged with forgery and ID fraud.
I'm glad to be home with the family. I was stuck in there for Thanksgiving, and then I was thinking I was going to be a lot longer.
TOP says cash bail discriminates against poor and minority defendants.
We're bailing our people out of jail because we have to come together to try and fix a system that right now is preying on our disenfranchised communities.
Bexar County cooperates with TOP, providing lists of inmates who are supposedly low risk.
And I can tell you that what TOP is doing in Bexar County is bringing equity and justice to our criminal justice system.
TOP has now bonded out more than 1,000 inmates from the jail. Court records show 3 of those 16 inmates released before Christmas were rearrested by New Year's Eve. Andrew Garza for felony possession of a firearm, Larry Reed and Joey Clifford for criminal trespassing. All 16 inmates had at least 5 prior arrests, including Patrick Foster, imprisoned twice for aggravated robbery and burglary with intent to commit assault, and Gerald Wilkinson, who went to TDC 3 times for assault on a public servant and theft.
All right, I got 7 bonds today.
Some of the money Texas Organizing Project uses to bond out inmates came from a California group called the Bail Project, which gets donations from celebrities like John Legend, Danny Glover, and Richard Branson. The Bail Project closed its Las Vegas chapter last month after it was sued by a restaurant worker named Chengyan Wang, who survived being shot 11 times by a repeat offender bailed out of jail by the Bail Project.
6 days later, he does this again, and Mr. Wang is lucky to be alive.
The victim, who only speaks Chinese, showed us his wounds that required numerous surgeries.
In this finger, no movie.
The Bail Project did little to no due diligence in deciding that this man should be allowed back on the street.
The Bail Project told us in an email, given the pending litigation, we cannot comment on the specifics of the case. Judges set the bail amount, we don't. We offer free bail assistance only after a judge has approved bail as a condition of release, and when the person's family cannot afford the bail payment or the fee from a bail bonds company. Last session, the legislature passed a law that requires judges to take a defendant's violent history into account, but they can still set a low bail if the current crime is relatively minor. I'm News 4 troubleshooter Jay Avila.